What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome. I am live. It is 3:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is it's the 15th. It's the 15th of December. It's Tuesday. Blah. Got all kinds of stuff I'm going to kind of go over today and share and talk about. And I don't know. This will probably be a little longer than a half hour, but we'll see how it goes. What's up, Stu? How you doing, man? K saying yo, sir. What's going on? Hola, Wen Moon. Ava Angel's in the house. What's going on? One of the few females that actually watches the channel. I was looking at my metrics one day and I was like, I have no female fans. I have no female followers. Women don't care about the crow and crypto, apparently. And then I had like 5 or 6 pop up in the comments like, I'm a woman, I watch you. So hello and thank you and welcome to all 5 of you women out there watching me. I'm late. How well, I mean, it is almost 4 o'clock. I don't have a specific time every day. I know I should. It would help my viewers. It would help my numbers, I'm sure, a lot if I just went live the same time every day. But I'm so busy. You'd have no idea. I've been dealing with this Bitcoin ATM stuff today. Still trying to figure out what I'm going to do about a bank account. I mean, it's insane. It's so insane. I talked to Brinks and, just talking to these different companies, and it's so much. Like, when I actually complete and finish this video, like the start to finish, how I launched my Bitcoin ATM business, it's going to make your mind spin. I mean, I'm going to try and break it down and be as easily done as possible. And hopefully once I've sifted through the mud, it'll be a much easier trek for a lot of you guys that are out there. But we'll see. We shall see. What's up, Polly P? I see you, baby. Shaking that. Good afternoon, Jake the Red. What's up? It's crow time. I've been holding DeepBrain Chain for 3 years. Yeah, a lot of people have, and I want to start trying to update people on some of these old school projects that are still pushing forward, still doing stuff. You'll see I've got TweetDeck. I've got my TweetDeck set up. Yeah, I just posted out there. I'm trying to find a PS5. I really do want a PS5, but I'm not paying some scalper $1,000. But yeah, I posted on my Twitter that I'm looking for a PS5. If you got one and it's still new in the box, let me know. But yeah, I use TweetDeck. This helps me keep track of like all the different projects and stuff that I've gotten into, and that's kind of, and I'm going to start referencing this and pulling up articles and things from those resources just to kind of keep you guys up to date on what's popping. Bitcoin's currently trading at about $19,500, which we broke out and down out of this channel here, which was cool. I said that was coming, and now it looks like we may very well be on our way up. And the question is are we going to hit close to 20 grand and then dump again? This has been an ongoing thing, but regardless, you'll notice the weekly chart. I mean, my lines are still holding pretty true, so we'll see what happens. I really hope this doesn't play out the way I drew it and the way I see it, because that would really suck. It would really suck for January, but we'll see. I mean, you can't. It is what it is. It is what it is. Apparently, my wife and I have become a meme in Brazil. Because there's a video. My wife pulls me in and she does these TikToks, and it's just a part of my anatomy has become a meme throughout most of the globe, apparently. And I'm getting all these people on Instagram now asking for pics. Let's just put it that way, because apparently when I am, it's I don't even know why I'm bringing this up, other than the fact that like one of the videos we did has like 27 million views worldwide. 27 million, folks. It has been shared and put on Instagram so many times by like big Instagram people, and it's crazy. I have like 15,000 followers on TikTok and I don't even do anything. My wife is getting close to 500,000 followers on TikTok, and apparently we're becoming this couple of TikTok. And I try to have fun with it, but I'm so big. I'm not, you know, my wife's always trying to be like, come on, we're going to do this dance. I'm like, no, the hell I'm not. I'm not doing any dance on TikTok. And every once in a while I'll do something and I just act silly. Like people think my actual voice is like a redneck. Because of some of the video. We just did a video where my wife was my backpack. And I threw on a country accent. I was like, come on, honey, we're going hiking. And people were like, oh my God, I've never heard your voice before. That's so great. I'm like, that's not even really my voice. But anyway, yeah. But if you want to see the funnier, stupider side of me, you're welcome to check out my wife's TikTok. You can find her through mine. Of course, I'm at Crypto Crow on TikTok. So that being said, Crow Trader, if you don't have it already, you better check it out. You can download the latest version 1.2.1 and you can get it for Windows, Mac, or Linux, and there is a free evaluation mode. So for those of you not in the know, now you know. You can download the bot for free and do basically everything with it except live trading. So you can learn how to use the bot, learn all the strategies, learn how to configure it, do all this stuff, and you don't even have to pay anything up front. We want people to learn how to use the bot, join the Telegram community, become a part of the community. It's such a great community. And then if you're like, you know what, all the trades I'm doing, all the paper trading, all the stuff I'm showing profit, I think it's worth it, then you can buy it. And if you use it and you're like, I don't get it, it's blah blah whatever, you know, then you don't have to buy it and you didn't lose anything, but at least now you can try it for free, and it's a pretty big deal. So make sure you check that out. I am currently at 135 trades. A lot of you guys that follow me on Twitter know about 4 or 5 days ago I started a case study where I'm basically looking for extremely active trading pairs against Bitcoin to improve my Bitcoin position, and I've been posting updates about every day, every other day. I just posted this one. XVG has been kicking tail with 42 trades, but I don't really know what's happening there. I need to look deeper into it. T-Fuel's been really doing well, adding to my P&L quite a bit. INJ's been doing well at 16 trades, 15 trades on Acro. So yeah, I've just been playing around with it and it's been doing really well. So that is cool. Yes. Do you have a monthly subscription? No, it's a one-time buy. You buy it once, you get the bot. We're not doing cloud-based anything. We're not doing, you know, pay us every month. No, it's a one-time buy. And there's a promo code. And for those of you guys that have tried it, I was seeing in the comments of my Crow Trader video yesterday, oh, the promo code doesn't work. It does. You have to click through to the end. It doesn't, you don't plug in the promo code and it instantly changes the price. You have to get through to the end of the checkout process and then it works. The promo code right now to get 35% off the bot, for those of you that are late, the promo code for 35 cents is buy the dip, all one word, and it'll knock 35% off, and it's going to work until December 31st, and then after that I don't know if we're going to have another promo code opportunity for quite a long time, especially with the free evaluation version, because it's going to sell itself. All right, so Rougher Investment allocated about $675 million of their $27 billion portfolio to Bitcoin in November. Do you remember when like a big institution getting into Bitcoin was a huge deal, and now it just seems like just daily news? I saw this and I'm thinking, oh, another one. And it was the first time that I saw I saw this. Is it the time zone? Is that what's happening? Because I'm so much later. Let me know in the comments. Like, what's the best time Eastern? What's the best time Eastern time zone for me to go live so that the most people can catch me? I think I saw at one point it was like 11 a.m. Eastern, and I'm like, I'm like not even awake. My eyes aren't even like opened yet. But anyway, or it's like late at night, like 6 or 7 p.m. I think that might have been it. We see this as a small but potent insurance policy against the continuing devaluation of the world's major currencies. So many of these institutions are gobbling up Bitcoin basically as a hedge against the debasement of the US dollar. and it's not slowing down. If anything, there are more and more institutions buying in. Even Novogratz was basically saying, hey, 5% of your portfolio is actually a smart move. And I was watching some of the talking heads on some news, like national news, and they're basically saying, you know, Bitcoin, it's getting to a point where you're looking foolish if you aren't getting into a position of Bitcoin, that you're looking like, you know, you have no foresight. And so a lot of these institutions are like, all right, I'm in, I'll go in for 2.5%, 5%, but you're talking hundreds of millions of dollars going into Bitcoin. How do you think that's going to play out over the coming year and a half? I mean, I'm telling you, this is going to be absolutely nuts. Binance will support the Aion and Cardano network upgrades and hard forks. This was on 11/15. So today, Binance will support these hard forks. The Aion network upgrade and hard fork will commence at block height of 7441441. Approximately 3 p.m. UTC. Deposits and withdrawals will be suspended starting from that time. And then the ADA network upgrade and hard fork will commence during epoch 236. So around 9:44 p.m. UTC. Trading of Aion and ADA will not be affected. Please leave sufficient time for deposits to be processed prior to the above cutoff time. We will handle all technical requirements involved for all users holding Aion and ADA in their Binance accounts. The ADA and Aion network upgrades and hard forks will not result in new tokens being created, because it's not that kind of hard fork. It's not that kind of hard fork, which is actually a good thing. And Charles talks about this all the time. It's like, you know, if you have to hard fork something and create a new token, it's because you developed it wrong. So it is what it is. Cardano and Nervos. I've been seeing Nervos come and be mentioned in a lot of news recently. They look like they're getting pretty busy. Today is the first I've heard of them, but I've seen them pop up in different places. Nervos, a China-originated public blockchain and blockchain engineering company, IOHK, developers of the Cardano blockchain, today announced a new initiative aimed at reducing the risk of hacks in decentralized finance. The two blockchains will work together to improve the security of smart contracts by enhancing Bitcoin's UTXO accounting method for keeping track of users' assets and transactions on a blockchain. The research is focused on developing that accounting method to ensure it is more secure against hacking attempts, more fully featured for users, and is able to support smart contracts on other blockchains. The way in which a blockchain maintains its ledger has a significant impact on smart contract security, particularly for DeFi protocols, many of which have found to be vulnerable to hacks and double spend attacks. Just this year alone, DeFi projects have lost $100 million to hackers. DeFi projects have lost $100 million to hackers. Insane. The partnership between Nervos and IOHK marks the first collaborative effort to expand on the UTXO model as a pathway to a more secure and sustainable blockchain infrastructure for cryptocurrencies and other digital assets. The Cardano and Nervos communities are working on similar research streams to offer robust smart contract technology and improve interchain connectivity for the betterment of DeFi. It may be a surprise to see proof of work and proof of stake initiatives join forces, but we believe that our industry must collaborate more if we want blockchain technologies to be adopted widely. So that was pretty interesting news. I was digging that. Whales are on their way. No, whales are already coming, and they have been coming. Whales are getting, here's the thing, a lot of these whales are buying over the counter. So what you're ultimately going to see, you know what, I should do a video on this and find out. But what I'm guessing right now is what we're going to see is the supply available on exchanges slowly diminish, because a lot of these institutions, they're buying over the counter. If you think that these institutions are going to Binance and buying $250 million worth of Bitcoin, I don't think that's happening, folks. I don't think that's happening. They're buying from a lot of these oligarchies in China, and they're buying over the counter so they don't suffer slippage. So we'll see. We'll see. But these whales are coming. I mean, it's happening right now, and it's been happening for a while. I mean, the group I was just talking about was like $250 million that they entered in November. So IOHK continues Goguen momentum with the Allegra Cardano protocol update. Last week, IOHK successfully applied a change to the Cardano protocol that is set to bring token locking to the platform. The upgrade, called Allegra, and set to take place on December 16th, tomorrow, represents a major step in IOHK's drive to bring both Goguen smart contract functionality and Voltaire's governance to Cardano. You know, I kid you not. No matter what ends up happening, let's just say in January, I would love to find out how Voltaire grows and is adopted in other countries for voting processes, and whether or not there's a potential use case for replacing the way we handle it here. And yeah, I have to be careful with my words because I don't know what the heck YouTube's gonna flag or pull down, or I mean, it's like I see really crazy videos on YouTube all the time that are up and left alone, and then my one little video where I talk about an idea and it was shut down. So I never know. And of course they don't tell you anything. They just say, hey, we don't like this, you're flagged, F off. Like, it's so mind-numbing how the whole thing is ran, but whatever. Hold on, this is Jason. Yeah, no problem. I'm actually live on YouTube right now, so hopefully you don't mind, because I'll let my fans hear what my discussion is about this ATM stuff. They can't hear you, just so you know. Right. Yeah, I figured as much. Do you have any idea when any of that is going to change? Like, is there any talk of it changing? Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I figured, but it was worth a shot. All right. Thank you so much. Bye. Yeah, so that was another bank that I had called earlier, and they wanted to find out from their main desk whether or not they would be able to facilitate a Bitcoin ATM business, and of course they can't. That's the thing. Out of everything I've done so far, there are no banks. There are no banks that will allow you to set up a business account if they know you're doing a Bitcoin ATM operation. It is absolutely repugnant. The way that these banks are basically just trying to, these banks are all ran by old people who, it's not necessarily old people, it's this old way. It's the old way. They're squeezing so hard to try and keep their hands grasped around the old way of business. And I can't tell you how many banks have told me to buzz off. They're like, none of them will do anything. Even that was a smaller regional bank. That wasn't even a big national bank. So it's blowing my mind. And I'm like, how do any of these Bitcoin ATMs even operate? And apparently it's a big secret as to like who they're handling their banking through. I've been told by some people like what I should do, and I'm like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. You know, it's like I've been very transparent. Even the name of my LLC is very transparent, and I was told, no, you don't want to do that. Call it Kibbles and Bits. Call it anything but that. You don't want to like put a flashlight on what you're doing, or the banks won't work with you. And I'm like, but the problem is that once you've gone out and you've built your whole business and everything's moving and going really well, and then the banks figure out what you're doing, they just shut you down anyway, and now you got a bunch of dead machines all over the place. And I don't want to do that either. It's like anyway, yeah, that was just another one of my phone calls. IOHK, the company behind Cardano, has announced that they successfully executed Allegra, a protocol update that will bring token locking to the blockchain. in the making since at least the beginning of December. Allegra is a development change that was set to happen alongside the integration of metadata on the network, which I think metadata is going to be a much bigger deal than people think. Token locking. Oh, and I did do a successful blood draw, so I've been feeling a lot better, just for anybody that's curious about that. Token locking, while a small technical change to the consensus protocol overall, will have a significant impact on the way Cardano works, and as such, required a hard fork to be implemented. Thanks to the blockchain's unique hard fork combinator, the protocol upgrade happened smoothly without triggering any interruptions, breaks, or restarts to the blockchain. So that's good news. And then there's, Allegra is an essential building block both for Gauguin and Voltaire. Token locking will enable Cardano to record that a specific token issued on the network is being used for a particular purpose. Once more, tokens aside from ADA are issued on Cardano. It will enable a certain number of tokens to be reserved for a specific period of time so they can gain a certain benefit, such as voting or running complex smart contracts. So just more fun stuff for Cardano, man, as we make headway into the Gauguin era. Who needs an ATM for Bitcoin? A lot of people who want to go out and buy Bitcoin right now instead of like setting up an account on like Coinbase or some other exchange and having to wait a week to 2 weeks for their funds to clear. Here's the thing, when you go to Coinbase or when you go to an exchange and you add like a credit card to your account or whatever, you typically have to wait 1 to 2 weeks for your funds to clear, because what some people will try and do is they will use a credit card to set up an account, buy Bitcoin, they get their Bitcoin, offload it from the exchange to a private wallet, then they do a chargeback from the credit card company saying, I never did that, that wasn't me, somebody had my credit card, it was stolen. And so they do the chargeback, so then the Coinbase or whoever, they end up having to not only eat the cost of the Bitcoin that they allowed you to buy with your credit card, but then they have to eat like chargeback fees and more, just adding insult to injury. And that it's basically credit card fraud. So in order to limit that, they basically make you wait 2 weeks, which is a period where like, hey, if you lost your card, you had 2 weeks to recognize it. If you didn't call it in, nothing happened then, there's nothing that's going to happen. You can't come back later. So you had that waiting period. Some people just want Bitcoin now. A lot can happen in 2 weeks. There are a lot of unbanked communities, in different parts of the country, of the cities, communities. A lot of them, they don't have bank accounts, but they've got cash. There are a lot of people out there who are out there working, they're doing construction, they're doing laboring, landscaping, all sorts of stuff. They've got cash, they're paid in cash every day. They want to buy some Bitcoin because they see what's happening, they see the value, but they don't have a bank account to set up to Coinbase or Kraken or some of these others, but they want the Bitcoin. They've got a cell phone, so they want to use ATMs to be able to acquire it. Now, there's still a whole suite of AML, KYC, all that stuff built into the machines, built into the software. It's not that different. The only difference is they can buy it with cash on the spot and not have to wait for credit cards to clear. So hopefully that helps you understand like why I feel like the Bitcoin ATMs are important and why they're used, because they are. DeepBrain Chain progress report. Product development progress, last update, mainly working on the development of DBC smart contract and the development of the artificial intelligence data cloud storage. Brought 400 GPUs online. Continued development of mining smart contract as well as pledge smart contract. Cloud storage web page function development is basically completed. Server development is in progress. IPFS is integrated into the back end of the cloud storage, and the overall development is expected to be completed in 1 to 2 months and entering testing. Continued modification of the substrate-based web wallet. Develop a GPU-based virtual machine scheduling engine for cloud gaming and rendering users. Expected to complete development in 2 to 3 months. So that's just to give you like, if any of you guys remember DeepBrain Chain, they're a pretty big project, and it's something that's been kind of under the radar, and something I think everybody should definitely be keeping tabs on, because I think that once they get a lot of this stuff really knocked out over the next coming months, I think you're going to start seeing some movement with their token. So make sure you check out DeepBrain Chain's latest updates. Neo news. COZ offers generic contract execution support and basic node functionality, and on the latest Mamba SDK release, this is from the 12th, Cause has rolled out a new release of Mamba. It's Python SDK for Neo developers, a major milestone featuring over 8,000 new lines of code. The latest version most notably includes the interoperability layer, which is used alongside a virtual machine to process smart contracts. So you can check out some of this stuff. The implementation saw almost all interops implemented, enabling interaction with important components such as contract storage. Currently, only callback syscalls are absent, though they are not expected to be used prior to the upcoming Preview 4 release. And I know that these guys, I know Neo is getting ready to do a big hard fork as well, and I actually think there's going to be a freaking token swap for that, which I absolutely hate, but it is what it is. And then news on the Aion hard fork. We already know, I showed you guys that Binance was going to support it. On December 16th, we will be rolling out a mandatory hard fork to the Aion network. This hard fork includes updates and improvements to resolve issues that the network has been facing, as well as improved performance. Two significant changes to the kernel protocol are an update to the block signer version 1.2, which will add a permanent improvement to a hotfix rollout earlier this year, and an adjustment to proof of work block rewards based on block time. This will solve the swing mining issue that we've seen with miners by providing a block reward that is tied to the amount of time it takes to mine a block. The longer it takes to mine a block, the greater the reward, while the quicker a block is added, the lower the reward. And then some specifics and details on that if you're so inclined and interested. So let me take a quick look at chat, see what's going on, see if there are any worthwhile questions. And Crow, have you heard of credit card? I'm assuming you're talking about the Cardano credit card. I have not heard any news on that. My big thing is I want to see SoMe social media. I want to see them migrate to Cardano and utilize what they've already built, and then extend upon what they're able to accomplish on the Cardano blockchain. And I have put the CEO of SoMe social media, Charles, and Charles's team, Cardano Foundation, and others on the team, and they are talking. I know that much, but I don't know any of the big details, and I'm sure even if I did know any of them, I wouldn't be able to talk about them yet anyway. But that's something that I want to see, because I think that's going to be a really big deal for everybody. I mean, SoMe has, like, I think their traffic metrics is like 34.5 million just last month. Visits. So it's I think that would be a really big boon for Cardano and its adoption. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully that starts to happen. There's definitely news. I will also say there's going to be some big stuff coming on Divi project. For those of you that are not familiar with Divi, you guys might want to take a look. I've been a select few of us have been. Oh, it's on its way back up. Yay. So anyway, a bunch of us have been giving access to a private beta of the new mobile wallet. And I've been made privy to some things that are going to be announced soon. And I'm expecting them to be announced exclusively on my channel. I'm going to hold them to it because I swapped some messages with Nick, and it's going to be badass, folks. I mean, it really is going to be badass. So, yeah, this is the website, wallet.diviproject.org. You might want to check that out. That's all I'm going to say. Just check it out. More news later when I'm allowed. ADA prediction into this year. Wow, you got to stop spamming chat, though, because I'll have to, like, kill your ability. ADA prediction into this year. I already gave it in another video, so unfortunately you're spamming my chat and you obviously don't watch me very often, or you'd already know the answer to that question. You'll have to go back and find it. It's in my $7.85 Cardano prediction video. Go watch it. Come on, Divi, daddy needs a new gold tooth. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I need to go get a cleaning myself. Is GoChain project still alive? It is still alive. There's still a lot of FUD circulating around GoChain. I think that part of that is because they've been so tight-lipped. I think they are either struggling financially, and this is just my guess. They're either struggling financially or they're being acquired somehow as part of something that's been planned for a while. I don't really know. They don't tell me anything. They haven't told me much of anything at all, other than we're still here, and I've been in this country, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. But they're not telling me anything concrete. They're not explaining any of the situations. A lot of people are watching the GoChain treasury account be dumped often. Apparently another like 2 million something GoChain tokens were dumped recently, like this week, out of the treasury, and people are freaking out. And they're like, why is this happening? Why is this happening? There are no answers. The last I knew is that they were working out a lot of stuff with the United Arab Emirates, but I don't know any details. I just don't. And I think that whatever is happening, I don't know if like there are countries over there looking to adopt the GoChain blockchain, and they're trying to buy up all of the tokens available, but do so in a way that's not going to completely and utterly crash the price entirely. But and then maybe they start making some big announcements on what's actually happening. I just don't know. It's a speculator's dream, though, because if anything concrete starts coming out of the GoChain camp anytime soon, it'll probably send that token to the stratosphere. And I think that's what they're trying to stop from happening. I think there's more going on with GoChain than meets the eye. I think a lot of people with their FUD goggles on, they're seeing a lot of stuff they're not used to seeing with a project like that. And so they're going crazy. And I don't necessarily know that I blame them, to be quite frank with you. I hold GoChain. I invested in GoChain, and I believe in GoChain. I know they're still there. From a lot of the evidence I've seen, they've downsized their teams a lot. It looks like, one part of the company went to this person, another part of the company went to another person, and they all had their individual missions on building use case and adoption. But their platform is there. I mean, they have some really good tech. So I don't understand why they have what they have, but they're handling it all the way they are, which tells me there's something else going on that's likely much bigger than what we see. And to me, if I were to hazard any kind of real guess, and again, I really don't know anything. I really, truly don't know anything. I thought I did like a year ago, but I don't know squat, apparently. If I were to hazard any real guess, they have been trying to build some sort of relationship with basically a group that wants to adopt the technology for their country, for their reasons, and use it to enhance their economy. But I think they want more control over the tokens, and there are so many people that are holding, and I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Look, 2021 is going to be a very, very interesting year. I think there are going to be winners and there are going to be losers. I've invested in a lot of good projects, and I feel very confident in the vast majority of them. But anytime you invest in the crypto market, it's risk versus reward. You're going to have big poopy losers that didn't amount to squat, people that shouldn't have been trying to launch a cryptocurrency business to begin with, and they screwed this up, or they whatever the case is going to be. The team started fighting, whatever. Okay. But it's the winners. You can invest in 30 different projects, and 5 winners will offset all the losses of all of the rest if they were losers, and still make a significant profit. A lot of it is about timing. I think a lot of it is about holding strong, continuing to research, better understand what's going on, and we'll just have to wait and see. For the ADA hard fork, nothing needs to be done with our current wallet holdings, right? No, nothing needs to happen. That's one big thing. That's one big thing about Cardano, and one big thing that Charles references a lot is the fact that when they do these hard forks, is they're facilitating Goguen and preparing for the official Goguen release and the smart contracts release. Think about it. Every time they update Cardano with a new, protocol or new like little a functionality that's associated with Goguen smart contracts are going to do so much more than Ethereum, so much more. And I think that's something that people don't yet realize, because when you think about Cardano, you know what? I'm just going to go to Cardano's website and have that in my background while I'm talking. Because when you think about Cardano and you try to compare it to something like Ethereum, what we're seeing is we see all of the use case potential and what's happening with, you can see my chair. I actually have a green cloth on my chair, but it's not exactly the same color as the wall behind me. And it's like a weird, it's not a solid cloth. It's like squares. And I think that it's not, it doesn't work that well. But anyway, I think that when we see, like right now we have DeFi applications on Ethereum, right? And we're all used to seeing these DeFi applications work a certain way. What I don't think people are used to seeing are all of the added functionality. Well, I know they're not used to seeing it because it doesn't exist yet. But when Cardano launches Goguen and we start seeing a lot of these applications, what's the best way of explaining it? It's like you can have, okay, we'll take this for example. So you've got this controller, right? This is just a basic like PC controller, okay? And this is Ethereum. This is a controller on Ethereum. It's got a bunch of buttons. It's got push, start, select, all that fun stuff, but nothing else. But the Cardano controller that I'm waiting to get has vibration, has mind reading, has the ability to put thoughts into my brain while I'm playing a game and make me feel like I'm really there. Like, obviously that's not real, but that's what I'm trying to say, is that the difference between Ethereum smart contracts versus Cardano smart contracts are going to be very, very big. And I think that as we start seeing developers and applications launch their products utilizing all of the extra functionality available, we're going to see some really amazing stuff. And the excitement of those really amazing dApps and applications, DeFi projects, so forth and so on, especially if they start figuring out how to launch a series of DeFi applications that are more secure, that are like a lot more hack proof, more, all of that. What do you think's going to happen? Like, really, what do you think's going to happen? And if they can start proving their use case for Voltaire and voting systems within the blockchain and how that works, and actually instituting Voltaire and the ability to vote on even different countries' elections and things like that in Africa and whatnot, and we can start seeing a strong potential use case for that, who knows how far that could go? Who knows what countries will adopt the utilization of Cardano's blockchain, Voltaire, and their voting protocols for their own country's elections. There's just so much to it, but I'm insanely bullish on Cardano, and we're reaching a point now where we're getting news after news after news after news about what they've been developing, their new partnerships, and they're exactly where I want them to be. And all of the fudsters, even some of the biggest fudsters out there, are starting to come around and realize, I might have been wrong. Cardano's doing some big stuff, and there's no stopping that train. So, it still is and always probably will end up being my number one blockchain holding, and one that I'm not all too excited about getting rid of at the peak of the market. If I'm quite honest, I'm sure I will get rid of some of it. And I will take some profit, but I think Cardano is one of those life-changing hodls that's going to be, it's just going to continue to feed. If staking on Cardano, let's just say hypothetically, let's say that Cardano reached a point where, let's say it was $8 at the peak of the market. And with that $8, let's say at the peak of the market, it drops back down and its new low is $1.30. And I am basically with what I hold, and I'm delegating, and I'm able to make, a few grand a week just in staking. And in a bear market, I've got passive income. Why would I dump it all? Because it's likely going to go even higher and higher as the use cases continue to grow. That was kind of part of the point I was trying to make in my previous video that was taken down, is that I'm not necessarily sold on getting out of the crypto market or exiting at the height of the market, because there may not actually be a real height of the market in 2022. There may be a fake out height of the market. And so we just have to wait and see. So, oh, and by the way, if you don't mind, if you're watching, subscribe, hit the notification bell, smash the like button if you don't mind, and leave comments down below. You know, I'm on my way to 100,000. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think when I finally break 100,000 subscribers, I do want to have like a really fun video, like a celebratory video for everybody that's helped me get there. But you know, I don't know what that is yet. I would love to have a special guest, or maybe a series of special guests and a series of giveaways. That would be something to plan. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to line up a bunch of special guests. And you know what else I'd like to do? I'd like to announce this big digital scavenger hunt that I've been working on now for 2 months. Maybe that would be a good time to announce that once I hit 100,000 subscribers, because I can tell you now, I've already got a lot of interested sponsors, and whoever cracks all these codes first is going to win a lot of Bitcoin. And I don't mean like half a Bitcoin. I'm talking like you might win multiple Bitcoin for being the person to unlock everything. So, and it's going to be a lot of fun too. And I think it's something that's going to really draw the crypto community together, because there's going to be some real reward potential there. So I will keep you guys posted on that. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't, because this is going to get a lot more interesting as we continue moving forward through this bull market. And I want to be giving away a lot more stuff, hopefully sooner than later. So until next time, guys, crow your coins. I'll see you soon.